Hi, get noticed during your job search with these simple tips. So, write a killer letter. And a killer letter doesn't mean a long letter. I really don't like those long letters with paragraphs and paragraphs. That's what your resume is for, to give me some information about you, and that's what an interview is for. The letter is to tie in the job description to who you are, and make sure the letter is tailored to every single job. Don't just send out batch letters that sound exactly the same. So I saw a candidate's letter last week, and he went and did some research. He included some of the facts that he'd found out about the industry and tied it into how he thinks he can help the client. He definitely got that first interview. Remember, your resume and your letter will get your foot in the door, and your interview and your skills will do the rest. So, research. I cannot stress that enough. Make sure you include your social media. It could be Twitter, it could be LinkedIn, but ensure that your resume and your LinkedIn match. Too many times they don't match, and it opens up a floodgate of questions as to why they don't match. Make sure that you are polite and courteous. I cannot tell you the number of times that my admin came back to me and told me about candidates who were rude on the phone. I remember those things, and we actually write those things down. So it's funny that today that being polite and courteous and kind gets you noticed. So if this comes naturally to you, good for you. If it doesn't, practice, because people want to work with people that they like. Treat your job search professionally. So keep a funnel, keep a log of where you've interviewed, where you've sent your resume, and to whom you've sent the resume, and who did you meet with. You've got to keep those things. I know sometimes you get a phone call from either a recruiter or from a hiring manager, and you're not prepared. There's nothing wrong with saying, can I give you a call back at this and this time? If you're not prepared, make sure that you get a follow-up call in, because you don't want to go into that phone interview and then muff it up. Ask when and where and how often to follow up. I know it's a pet peeve for many candidates that they're not getting return calls from either a hiring manager or recruiter, but ask the person how to follow up, and they will be clear as is whether it's email, voicemail, and how often you should do that. And that should help you get a handle on your activity for the week as you're job hunting. And I want you to keep this in mind. The hiring manager and the recruiter, we actually want you to do well. So if you start with that premise, that we want you to do well, it changes the dialogue and it changes the way that you interact with people, because we do want you to do well. We want you to get hired. I'm Dawn Williams from Sirius Personnel. I can be reached on LinkedIn and on Twitter. Happy selling.